In this session, we are going to learn about discrepancy detection. What is discrepancy detection? Where to see the discrepancy reports? How to explore the discrepancy reports and different types of discrepancies. Okay. What is discrepancy detection? Discrepancy detection is the process of identifying the discrepancies between the discovered network data and imported inventory data. Here, the discrepancy detection can be enabled from discovery cartridge and also and can be enabled from import cartridge also. When we enable from a discovery cartridge, we can resolve those discrepancies from network integrity itself. If it is enabled from import cartridge, we can't resolve the discrepancies from the network integrity, but manually in the inventory system, we have to resolve those discrepancies. Now, so what is the discrepancy detection? The discrepancy detection uses the discrepancy detection cartridge, which when it is and when the discrepancy detection enabled, that after the completion of the discovery of or the import scan, the discrepancy detection cartridge will be called. The discrepancy detection cartridge takes the name of the devices and everything, and I compares with the um, if we are enabled from the discovery, then the name of the discovered device will be taken and compared with the import data, and it will identify the discrepancies in this device and generates a report. That is the discrepancy report. That discrepancy report is mailed to the network integrity users. Okay. After completion of the discrepancy detection, the mail will be sent to the report. Discrepancy report will be sent to the network integrity user. In addition to that one, the network integrity users, okay, can view those discrepancies in the network integrity front end also. Let us see now in the front end where we can see the network discrepancy report and the mail which we had received. So now first, if we see the mail which we had received here, whenever the discovery scan gets completed, a discrepancy report will be sent to the user like this. Okay, this is the discrepancy report for this discovery demo. For this discovery demo, there are like 16 discrepancies total. Okay, so these 16 discrepancies we can see out here. Okay, that is sent as a report to the user so that the user can communicate with different vendors like network SMEs or even with the UIM SMEs to resolve these discrepancies. To resolve these discrepancies, or the planners, they can communicate with the planners to check whether to resolve these discrepancies or not, and based on those informations and everything, they will take a decision to resolve those discrepancies in the UM. So for that purpose, we can have these discrepancy reports. Okay, and even if we schedule the discovery scan or anything, whenever the discrepancy reports will be sent to the user so that he can view the, before logging into the network integrity application, he can view these reports in the mail itself. Now let us see like how to explore the discrepancy reports in front end. Okay, in the when we complete the scanning and discrepancy detection process, okay, we can click on review discrepancy to see all the discrepancies for this scan. Okay, whether it is a discovery scan or a import scan, all the discrepancies for all the devices we can see in this report. Okay, in addition to this one, even device wise discrepancy report also we can see. If we click on display scan result, and if we select the scan search result, here we are having the different types of devices. If we select a device and click on review discrepancy, we can see like for that particular device what are the different discrepancies available. Okay, Like this, we can view the discrepancy results. In this one, for this device, there are like 5 discrepancies, okay, in which on the logical device, this entire logical device is not available in the inventory system. That is what it is saying, entity plus, okay. And there is an extra shelf in the inventory system, and these 3 shelves are not there in the inventory system. That's what it reveals. How we are going to know these things? Based on the type, okay. Here there is a type, okay. There are like 5 different types of discrepancies. One is like attribute, entity plus, entity minus, association plus, association minus, okay. Now let us see like what are these 5 discrepancies types. uh, mm, 1 minute. So in the user manual, we already providing this information. The table, we are providing the table which represents what are the different types of discrepancies and uh, their definitions also, okay. See here, like there are like 4 types of 4 types: critical, major, minor, and warnings. Mainly all we are going to have like critical and warnings, okay. Warnings represent the updation in the parameters or attributes of a particular entity, and critical represents the this one. What I can say is like critical represents if there is a new entity need to be added or removed from the inventory system, those things are represented as critical. The mapping between logical and physical data will be represented as warnings, and if there is a change in the attribute, that thing is also showed as warnings, okay. So here if we see like if the discrepancy detection is enabled from the discovery scan, attribute represents the discrepancies in the attributes or parameter level. If there is a change in the parameter, then it is represented as the attributes mismatch, okay. Entity minus represents like there is an extra data in the UIM which is not available in the network. If we take, if it is here the discrepancy detection is enabled from the discovery scan. So the source is like a discovery scan, and the comparing data is the inventory data. So the that discovered if there is a, if the data is not available in the source but available in the compared data, that will come as the entity minus. If the data is available in the source and not available in the comparing data, it will come as an entity plus. In the same way for association plus and association minus also, okay. So entity minus here represents that there is data in UIM but not available in the network. Entity plus represents there is a data in the network but not available in the inventory system. Association minus is like mapping between the logical and physical data is available in UIM but not available in the network. That is association minus. Association plus represents the mapping is available in the network and not available in UIM. That's what this represents. If it is enabled from the import scan, okay, the attributes part will be the same. It represents like there is a change in the attributes and everything. Entity minus uh, uh, says that there is data in the network but missing in UIM. Entity minus represents data in the network not available in UIM. Entity plus represents data available in UIM not available in the network. So means like this thing will mainly help us in like planning purpose. If we plan the device or some device and everything, with in the process flow, when there is a planning happened, okay, GESW sends the device information to UIM. So UIM creates that device and everything until unless before that device, if the device is not yet planned, it is planned, but not yet implemented in the network. Those type of changes we can see it in the import scan. Okay, that's how it is. In the same way, association minus means like mapping between logical and physical data present in the network and missing in UIM. Association plus is like logic mapping between logical and physical data present in the UIM, missing in the network. These are the different types of discrepancies available. Okay. Now, when we see here, like in this data, okay, in the discovery scan, we saw like logical interface mapping with the physical interface, logical device mapping with the physical device, those things. Okay. If we miss those mappings, then we will get like association plus and association minus. If the card itself is not available in the UIM, okay, then it is like entity plus. Like that we will have. Okay. So here it is like we can see here like entity minus, which represents that in this device there is a shelf, okay, which is not there in the network. Here entity plus, if we see like in this device there is a shelf which is in the network but not present in UIM. That is what these discrepancies represent. Okay, so if we see this result, first thing represents the parent device, means like main device NE. It represents the NE. What is the result category means like we had created this result category in our category, so it represents that this device belongs to this domain, like that. Okay, and this is the entity name. At on what entity we are facing this issue. As we are facing, we can see these at the parent level, so we are getting like parent information out here. If we are going to see it in another level, we will get that information in that level. Let us see like for this one. Okay, here also like same thing, equipment wise only it is there. Let us see, check for any other result, any other scan. Okay, we will select like PDH discovery only. See here, there are like association plus and association minuses also. Okay, and there are like let us see like attributes mismatch also is there. Here see like here they, this is also blank, this is also blank, but in discovery there may be some space or anything, okay, in the data what we had received. That's why we are getting these issues. Okay, so here association plus means like on this device, okay, there is a logical interface. This is the logical interface, and this is the physical port. There is no mapping between these two things. So if we resolve this thing, the mapping will be created in the UIM. That's how it is. Okay. These all are association plus. Now this is entity plus. Okay. Means like these entities. Okay. On this device. Okay. These are like if the entity attribute is like blank, which represents that this entire device is not there in the inventory system, like that. Okay, here if you see like this is, oh sorry, we have to go a little bit down. Okay, here if you see like this is the shelf. Okay, this is like entity manage on this shelf. Okay, in this device, on this shelf there are some slots, but these slots are not there in the network. That is how it is representing. So this is entity plus entity minus association plus association minus, different types of information. So here we can see like this represents parent device. This entity name represents on which entity we are having the discrepancy. What is that entity type? Okay, whether it is a card, port, or interface, or physical device, or logical device, that information we are going to get out here, entity type. Okay, then this represents like what on what we are having the discrepancy and everything. Okay, that's how it is. And this is the discovered data, this is the import data. Okay, if there is a difference in attributes, then we will get both the discovered data and the import data information. Then this type represents the different types of the issues, different types of discrepancies available, and this severity represents like what is it is a warning or a critical discrepancy like that. Okay, then priority we can set like priorities and everything for these discrepancies and everything. Okay, for example, like here edit, we can edit this one and we can set the priority. This is like high priority or like that. We can write some notes and everything also. Okay, and we can set it to a particular warner like that. Okay, those all informations we can see out here. And resolution action, when we are going to resolve these things, then we can see the resolution action and the status of these things. We will check it in another session. Okay? This is what discrepancy report, review of the discrepancy report and everything.